Hi everybody, this is Kathy. I am decorating a box today. It is my granddaughter, well, my granddaughter's birthday passed, but it's a box I made her. And so today I'm going to decorate it. I also have some jewelry for her as well. This is a craft towel that I am using. I have a mixture of 2/3 Elmer's glue, 1/3 Elmer's glue, 2/3 water. And I want this all to be black, so I am using wrapping tissue, and I have torn up a bunch of them ahead of time. So this is how I decorate boxes. All right, so I'm going to get this a little closer so I'm not reaching. As you can see, I have it all taped up. So I just get the top wet with glue, and then I just start laying the pieces down. Cut them in little pieces. And I'm using a foam brush because it's a bigger surface. So what I'm going to do on this box as far as design goes is she has a picture of that she draws, she's an artist, of someone sitting in the grass in the evening looking up at the sky. So I thought I'd do the edges of the box with that scene and make the top part look like it's out of space. And take some pictures of her when she was younger and maybe cut them in pieces so it gives it that Picasso effect. Seeing she's an artist, she would appreciate that. So I'm going to just do the top. Haven't decided what I'm going to do with the bottom, but for now, the top. And if it wrinkles a little bit, that is okay. I usually just run my finger over it to blend it all in, because it gives this sort of leathery tortoise shell effect. It's really nice. It's fun. So she has no idea. She's coming over this week to do a Bob Ross Day, which we basically paint the way Bob Ross taught us, but our own little scene. And sometimes we try to copy each other, and it's really neat that how I interpret one thing and she interprets the other. She's a very good artist. She does very well in school. Very proud of her. Now, you're probably wondering why I didn't just paint it black. Because this box is being held together right now with tape, and as you can see, I don't know if you can see that, I can stick my finger out of there. This tape and glue, the paper and glue is actually going to treat it like this entire box is completely taped, and it fortifies the edges. So this box will last for years if it's taken care of. And you can use wrapping tissue, you can use decoupage paper, and you also can use this paper, napkins like the kind you put on the table, those type of napkins. And it doesn't matter even though I'm going to do the ends differently, the more paper and glue that you put around here, the more fortified it's going to be. And the top box, you can layer it as many times as you want. I try to do at least 7 layers, so I may have to pause this while I do this. So that, but I will do at least the first layer for you guys. And the reason why I don't use Mod Podge first is because Elmer's glue and water dries a lot faster than Mod Podge, and then the final coat will be Mod Podge for financial reasons. It's just cheaper. and your Mod Podge goes a little bit longer. And the Mod Podge really is for that shine and that last solidification. See where this is wrinkled? I don't want it too wrinkled, but that's okay because I can pull it out. And there we go. Iron those wrinkles out. And again, you're going to have the tape under here that's a little wrinkled, so it's fine. I love this look. It will. You put enough layers on this, and it will look like old leather. I have a lot of projects back from 2003 when I went through my decoupage phase. I was going through something hard and difficult, and so I use that as my escape. Because paper is affordable, glue is affordable, and I made some gorgeous vases that still to this day are in prime condition. Sold a couple pieces too. And it's just fun to do. It really is. I enjoy doing this. Not bad for a snowy Monday afternoon. Went to the post office today to mail out that gift, that free gift, and the post office was closed. I had no idea it was a holiday. All that fretting about going to the post office for nothing. I still have to go tomorrow. Whole new day to fret. And I like to get the box all sticky, so when I lay this down, it's all tacked down. And all I have to do is go over it with a brush. Very fun, very relaxing. You can decoupage just about anything. I decoupaged a table once. I had green and black paper, and instead of glue I used a polyurethane and gave it a texture. It was beautiful. I'd still have it if my daughter didn't leave it behind when she moved. She forgot about it. So someone got a really nice vintage table all covered with decoupage. Have you ever done that? You've moved and you've left something behind that makes you sad? I've done that before. So I also have about 50 pieces of jewelry that I'm going to let her unjar to see what it's like, the thrill of opening jewelry and not knowing what's in there. And once in a while, because this paper is so thin, it may rip. Just put another piece on top of it. You do not have to be perfect when you use this decoupage technique. And I am not perfect, so it works for me. So I did see a couple more face mask challenge. I saw Bargain Shopping, that channel. She did hers. She had the peel off kind. Oh, speaking of that, I have my hat on today, so that's what I do when I don't feel like doing my hair. But my face is super, super soft. You know what it felt like? It felt like a chemical peel, if you've ever had one of those. It felt like a homemade chemical peel. And Yesterday I was out and about and I got some compliments on my skin from a couple of the ladies at church. They told me I had beautiful skin and wanted to know what my technique was. I said, milk, vinegar, and baking soda. And I did further Google baking soda for the skin. And it's, again, it's one of those things where you get two different answers. Dr. Oz says it's awesome for your skin. And as a child, when we had sunburns, our mother used to put it on a cloth and cover our skin with that and vinegar. Sometimes it all depended on what we had on hand. And women can use it by putting it into the bathtub to soften the water. So, you know, therefore it has to be good for skin. Then there's another reason in that it's not, because it says skin has a pH alkaline of 5.5, whereas baking soda is 8.3. So it's not good for the skin. All I know is my face is just, even my forehead, and I always have a really dry issue with my forehead, even after I've exfoliated and everything. I always end up next day it's dry. This is when did I do that? Saturday? This is Monday, and my forehead is still baby smooth. So I just may do that again, treat it as a chemical peel and do it maybe once every couple months. I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't leave it on as long, and I wouldn't wash it off with hot water either. So I wouldn't suggest you do it, because I don't know what your skin type is like. I have sensitive skin. Okay, I don't know if you can see the crinkles and crunkles in there. Doesn't that look like leather? And when it dries, it's going to have all those little crinkles and crunkles. And it's going to look like the top of this box has leather on it. I bought a red vase once at Big Lots, and it was a Christmas vase, and it was just kind of ugly, you know, red, and it had these little gold designs going around it. And below the gold designs, I just did this paper, black paper, and tissue effect all around it, just below, and left the top part where the gold lines were red. And people think that it's encased in leather. They want to know where I got the leather vase. So, doesn't really work as well with other colors. I think you definitely can get away with it with the brown. I don't think, I know. So if you do a tan or a brown, you can get away with it. But when you start using, and black of course, but when you start using other colors, it doesn't really have that effect. So keep that in mind. And black covers this background really well. This box came from a foam mattress that we bought last year. I like to save boxes. And it was difficult to cut up. And when you are cutting up a big box like that, when you need the part to be round, you have to take that cardboard, and as you go over, you know, the long piece that you cut out, you have to bend it and keep bending it and bending it until you can bend it into a complete circle. Do I have a box to show you? No, I do not, but if I have one later, I will show you. And this box is 12 inches. So I did have difficulty getting this to be perfect. I have an issue cutting perfect circles. And I know I could buy, what are those things called? A retractor? No, I don't think that's what that's called. I can't remember, sorry. But you know what I'm talking about, the things that you had in school. With the little pointy end, which I bet you couldn't have that in school now. And a pencil so that you could draw a perfect circle. That'd be great for something small, but this is a big box. And I want this to be a keepsake box so that she can have it the rest of her life. Every now and then, if it gets to the point where it just looks like it's more of a crinkle, take a little bit of glue on your finger and just rub it in. And as you can see right here, I think you can start to see where the glue is, while it's still white, the little creases and folds. That's the effect I'm talking about. I've actually tricked people with that vase. I brought the vases for flowers for my daughter's wedding, but she had a, I don't want to say the word Nazi. She had someone who volunteered, I suppose, to be a part of the wedding planning, or not planning, but to make sure that managing. And she wouldn't let me take those out. She wouldn't let me do this. She wouldn't let me do that. And my daughter said I should have told her, because she would have just nipped that in the bud. But it was her day, so I just didn't put the vases out. She thought I forgot them, but I had them in the car. But that woman said no, the tables were full enough as it was. And so I just let that go because it was her day. Normally I would have been very polite and asked her if she was the mother of the bride. But because it was a friend of my daughter's, and I love my daughter, I kept the peace. But those were the vases I had made them personally for, and I had told her that one day when you get married, these are going to be your wedding colors, because black and red was her favorite colors. I think they still are. And so I made them for that purpose, and that woman wouldn't let me use them. I wish hindsight being 2020, I just didn't want to ruin the friendship between the two. I would have just told that woman to hush up, but it's okay. The vases are actually hers someday, so she says she'll take them. I also have a little dragon tea set that my mother-in-law gave me, and she said she'll take them when the kids grow up, because you know how kids are with delicate, precious things. Have you ever found yourself saying the same thing your mother used to say? I can't have anything nice. And it's so true, isn't it? So, not bad. And like I said, I'm probably going to do several layers on the top. Now on the inside of here, I'm probably going to do about 3. And then on the outside of the box, I'm going to do about 3, but on the inside here, especially where there's all this tape, I'm going to do about 7. And that's because these need to fit. So you can do as much as you want on the outside here, because this right here, this bottom part here, has to fit here. And so you don't want to have too many here, because you don't want to get to the point where you go to put it on and it doesn't fit anymore. It's close. It's not that close. I probably could do more. And don't panic if after it dries, if you find that it's not fitting 100%. This cardboard will swell because the glue is wet. So as soon as everything dries, that swelling goes down. So please don't panic. It's a nice, cheap, and effective way to make keepsakes. I guess hat boxes are very, very expensive. So this is probably something, if you really like doing, that you could make a little money on the side on flea markets by just painting and decorating little hat boxes. And I'm sure there are other ways to do this. I would YouTube it and don't just find one way. I'd do many. was your day? Your Monday? How was back to work day? Why are Mondays always the hardest? Why is everybody so cranky on Mondays? They had 2 days to rest. I never understood that. Oh, maybe because they had 2 days of rest and then they resent having to go back. That could be why. And congratulations to Bonnie for winning the giveaway. It would have gone in the mail today, sweetie. It just didn't happen. But it will tomorrow. I have to be out and about anyways. Not my favorite thing to do, but sometimes you just have to go out and about. I think I tend to run through the what ifs. What if this happens? What if that happens? And then I left today to go to the post office, and it was snowing, so I was nervous about that. I just worked myself up for nothing. I tend to do that sometimes. When this is done and I do the layer of Mod Podge and that dries, I will turn around and do another layer of Mod Podge. I probably do about 3 layers. I just want to make sure that this will not come apart. Oh, and I misspoke the other day when I did the face mask. It is Cindy Loves Jewelry that is doing the hoarding, not a competition, but basically she wants to see a challenge, a hoarding challenge. She wants to see what you hoard. So if you're a hoarder of jewelry, I asked her if beads count, but I haven't heard because I have a tendency to have way too many beads. A lot of these necklaces I break down. I'm probably going to break that down. I thought that would be broken, and I'm not really. That's a challenge necklace. I couldn't imagine. I couldn't imagine an instant other than maybe Halloween that would be absolutely beautiful, unless it was a complete black outfit and maybe with some Egyptian jewelry. I don't know. The colors, though, this got the purple. They are a bit much, but they are striking. And Diamond Diva said that she will do the face mask challenge. So if you want to go over there and check out her channel. She does things, chit-chats, sort of like Selena does. And she also does, I'm going to pronounce it wrong, something I never knew existed until now, mukbang, where you sit and you eat some stuff for your viewers, like McDonald's or Chinese food, or you have a wide variety of things. I watched her, this is Diamond Diva, I watched her do some chicken wings, and boy was I hungry. I was starving. Then I switched over to Barbie Crafts, and they were eating pie. I couldn't handle it, so then I switched over to Lainey. I can't remember the name of her channel. I just know her as Lainey, but I'll put it down in my description. And she was trying out candy from the dollar store, and I gave up sweets in January. So at that point, between the buffalo chicken wings, which are my favorite, and then the pie, and then the candy. I just wanted to rip that bag of candy out of her hand, stick my head in the bag like a little truffle pig. I wanted candy. I still do. I was around sweets all day. That was my station today, sweets. And it was hard. You don't think you get addicted to things until they're not in your life anymore. Do you guys have something that you're totally addicted to and you can't have it in your house, or you'll eat it all in one setting? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to know. Oh, sorry, Mr. Lynn. And you didn't break. And I still would love to see things that you guys do for crafts. I know a lot of you don't want to make a video, but why not? Why not just make one? Make one for me. I know some of you are thinking about it, but you just don't dare to do it. Just do it. Don't worry about it. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause this while I finish the rest of the layers. See if you hit too hard, see what happens? You can get a hole, but you can cover that hole. First, you just take the glue and sort of spread that out a little bit. And when you're done, it doesn't hurt to take some glue on your finger and just flatten all this out, but easy, because you don't want it to rip. And sometimes if you do rip it, you move it around just right and get it go back down. Because this paper gets very, very wet, so you have to, it looks like I'm going rough, but I'm literally going very easy on this. So, there you go. And if you look close, especially right here, as you can see the wrinkles, like old leather. Alright, so let me pause this and finish this up. Okay, so I have about 2 layers. Two on top, just 3 around the sides. I went along the box to give it texture, so I'm doing that for more texture. You want the top to be textured. You want every wrinkle to look like it's supposed to be there, because it is. And then once I got that all in there, because I want something to stick to it. Alright, so remember that Christmas ribbon that I bought and I made let me cut a piece off. I made the wreaths out of? I'm going to take a piece of that and I'm going to just use what they have on here, because I need big chunks of glitter, big ones like this, and then I need little ones. So just by doing this, I don't have to buy 3 different kinds of glitter. There we go. So that gives it like that starry night. Alright, so I have some pictures. A couple pictures of her. She just turned 15. There's one that, yeah, she's a sweetheart. So I thought maybe I have a pair of scissors, and isn't she cute? She's adorable. So I'm going to take this and I'm just going to get rid of all the sharp edges. Really important. It's okay if I cut into her hair. I want it to be her box, and she looks like she's really happy there. And then I'm going to just almost like a puzzle. I'm set her down right here. What am I doing? I want this to be her. And now I'm going to take that picture and I'm going to add more towards the puzzle. Kind of like you're doing a Picasso. See? You want the cracks to show. And then some glue. And it's okay if you get glitter on it. You're thinking, what are you doing? Trust me, she will love this. So, leave some space in between. It's a neat little thing to do. It personalizes it. It's her thing. This is one of her favorite pictures, so she'll always have that. And yet still be very artistic. She's my little art baby. We get each other. She's a good girl, gets good grades, pretty much does as she says. You know, I was more of the good girl. My other granddaughter, she makes her own rules and breaks the rules, and there's nothing wrong with that. She's more like my mother was. You know how when you're in outer space and then things just separate, implode, or I just wanted it to have that look. I hope she likes this. And this goes right here. She's gonna be driving this year. She'll do well. Her brother, who's 20, went to do his driver's license, and oh shoot, does this go here or does this go there? Yeah, right here. He went to get his driver's license, and he just never really, well, he got his permit, but he just, I don't know, I think he's uncomfortable with driving. This girl's going to do very fine with driving. Very good. Both my granddaughters are so different from one another, and I love them both very, very much. Do anything for them. And you're thinking, well, why didn't you send her this? There's a reason. There is a reason. Is this the way it goes? Yeah, it goes this way. There. Now, I have another picture of her. Isn't she adorable? So I'm going to cut this one a lot smaller. No straight edges. Right there. fit here. Might fit here. She has the blondest hair. Actually, both my granddaughters have blonde hair. And the grandson's a redhead. Let's see. Almost. Okay, it goes over the edge. Again, I am going to be doing something else along the edges. So there's that. And then I wanted the top to be of her, and then I have this one. She's just adorable. Doesn't she remind you of that little girl that was on Waterworld and something Andre, the seal? She wound up playing a role in Big Love, which was an HBO. Can't remember her name, but that's what she reminds me of. Get that down. With paper, you will find that you're going to have to go over it a couple times and go back and get that down. There we go. And I did it this way because she's very artistic. I'll show you some of her work. So, I know it looks crazy, but she's going to love that. I'm thinking, running some jewelry in through here. All right, but let me show you her art. This is one piece. She wants to do comic books one day. She has names for all of her characters. But this is one that I want to. This is what I want to put on the side. I want to show you. I want to put just this part. As you can see, someone just looking up at the sunset. So I'm going to put that all along the edge here. And then the bottom, I'm thinking on black and then draping this all around the edge. So, if you can see that. Maybe not. But. Okay, so as you can see, I'm trying something out. I got all of this the other day from Barbie Crafts, if you remember. So where I have the tears, I thought would be a great place to put some bling. When you decorate your box, it's your box. You can do whatever you want. Some people might like this. Some people might think this is hideous. And that's okay. We're all diverse and we all like different things. That actually looks pretty good. Can you see that? Probably see it better that way. I always like to bling things out. You can never have enough bling. My style might be a little on the tacky side, but I also have a very muted style. My dressing, I tend to like my browns. And because the box is so wet, this will stick, and when it dries it will stay on there. And then I am going to put Mod Podge over it, so it will stay on there as long as it stays in place where I put it. I need to move you just a little. See, maybe these can be stars. Just, I really do like that, actually, a lot. I didn't know what I was going to do. I knew I was going to do something. I wasn't 100% sure. That's kind of how it is. I have an idea what I want to do, and then I go into another direction, or I add to that direction. Most artistic people can't keep on a plan because something will happen, and something that looks like a mistake, or which I didn't think this was a mistake. I just thought that, what am I going to put in between there? I think I got quite a bit of this. Thank you, Barbie. Thank you very, very much. That was a pretty good craft bag, I have to say. The one I opened on Saturday with a face mask. A lot of that stuff was extremely wearable. Probably not sellable, but definitely wearable. Oh, there's a rhinestone missing right there, and that's where that ends, so that's perfect. Ah, ow. Squeezed a little too hard. All right. She wants to do comic books. She has these wonderful little storylines. Each one has their own little problems, their own little world. She's very creative as far as stories and art. She has that teenager self-confidence. She doesn't really think that she's, as good as she is. But weren't we all like that, though? I remember those days. She's gonna love this. She got her dad's brains. He did very well in school. He's pretty creative too, her father. And my daughter is as well. So she's got parents that definitely encourage her. Check that out. I really like that. Didn't quite know exactly what I was going to do, but I knew it would come to me. It always does. Now, I don't expect you to watch this whole thing unless you're just curious, but I will let you see how it turns out. Are those missing rhinestones? Oh, they are. All right, well. Let's try another one. Okay. Get down to the end and I notice this missing rhinestones. Isn't that just the way it is? Did you hear that go flying? Alright, do I have enough to go around the photos? I'll have to check. Alright, so I just wanted to show you the technique that I used with the paper, because it will probably take me 2 or 3 hours to really finish this box, and I'm sure that's, you have dinner to cook and everything. But if you have any questions, just leave them in the comments. If you like the video, hit like. Please subscribe and hit the notification bell. I do random drawings for prizes. So thank you very much for joining me, and I'll let you see the outcome. Bye-bye. Okay, just wanted to show you what I have so far. The ink started to bleed, so I thought that might happen. Can you see that? Yes, you can. Okay. So what I did was I took some of this and I put it in between here where it was bleeding. So that's a blinged out little box. Asymmetrical, which we both like. So that is the top of the box. And I had run out. Oh, I have to fix that. I had run out of this, but I also had some of that old Walmart bling. So I put that on there. Doesn't that sparkle? She's going to love it. She's absolutely going to love it. And it has a big bag of jewelry. I got 50 pieces of jewelry, and so I'm giving her for her birthday. Alright, so that's just part 1. I've been working on that for about an hour, and I had this on pause, so. Alright, well, thank you so much. Sorry, I came back, but I just had to show you that. Alright, bye-bye.